Maddie.
And I'm Jenna,
And this is Behind the Treatment Table.
where faith, wellness, and real life meet.
Okay, today we're talking about moving when God says to move. I think everyone's been through that. And it can be hard because I know for me, it's like, I'm going to just tell the story of like the one scenario I can think of. So when I worked at the daycare, I knew I wanted to leave. I knew if I stayed there, I would not be a mom because it drove me crazy. Not that the kids drove me crazy, it's just like dealing with the parents and then dealing with immature bosses and like that whole whatever. And just it was like high school again. Like there was so much drama for like no reason. And so I knew I wanted to leave, but nothing was opening up. Like I was just like, I prayed for months, like, God, like, I know I want to leave. Like, I know, like, this isn't for me anymore. Like, please, like, show me a way, like, open a door or something. I waited for probably about 6 months, and then my cousin was opening a salon, and there's been something stuck in my throat all morning. And so I was gonna assist for her, but then that didn't end up working out. So, and this story kind of goes like back and forth so many times because there's just God moved in this area in life, and like looking back, like it just moved so seamlessly that like I'm like, no, not like that was not coincidence. Like God had to be in that because nothing would line up that good.
Yeah.
So like I thought I was gonna work with my cousin, and then I told my hairdresser that I like wanted to quit, and she knew I like hated it at the daycare. And so they were also looking for a new assistant, but I didn't know that at the time. And also, it was like 4th of July week that summer. And I like most times I'm like such like an empath and just like whatever. I feel my emotions so deeply that like I make myself sick. Like I literally make myself sick. And I've gotten a lot better with it. But that week I had gotten sick, and I didn't know if I was actually sick or if it was like pot sick. I didn't know like heart condition. Like I didn't know like what it was. Like I wasn't eating, I wasn't sleeping. Like I was aching 24/7. Like I was just like literally making myself sick, but like I didn't have a fever. Like it was just like odd. Yeah. So I was like, okay. Usually when I feel like this, like God is like, you know, God's like, it's time to move, or like you need to do something, like you whatever. That whole week I was just like miserable. And like at that time, like my life at the daycare, I was like put on probation because I couldn't be trusted, because like I was honest, and I was like with the director, and I was like, I'm planning on leaving, just so you know. Well, then I decided to stay because I couldn't find anywhere to go, so that made me untrustworthy. So I was on probation, but she never told me I was on probation. She told my friend. Yeah, so make it make sense. And a lot of other stuff happened, and I think I still need therapy to heal from that lady because it was that bad. And I just like, I was terrified of her. I truly was. She made me like so like anxious. She made me just just like on edge 20, like every time she walked in the room, like I was like, what is she gonna say, what is she gonna do, like what is she gonna judge, like what is this lady gonna say? So I finally got to the point I had called out like all week, so I was just like, I couldn't, like I was just like sick. And at that point she had already been taking my hours away. I was only working for like 5 hours in the morning. She was making me be there at 6:30, leaving at 12, just like, being punching back. And then I talked to my mom's friend, and I was like, something's like, I knew it was like spiritual warfare in a sense too. So I was like, I don't know what to do. Like, I don't know. And so she was like what's making you sick? And I was like, honestly, I think it's my job. Like, I literally think it is. Like, it's just too much. Like, it's just too much. Yeah. And she was like, okay, then quit. And I was like, it's not that easy. And she was like, you have savings. Like, she was like, we prayed about it, and she was like, I really just feel like God's telling me to tell you, like, quit.
Yeah.
Literally quit. And I was like, well, I gotta give my 2 weeks. And she goes, says who? And I was like, that's valid. Because here's my thing. If they can fire you on the spot, why can't we quit on the spot?
Yeah.
That's my thing. I don't care about 2 weeks. I really don't. I give the salon, I love the salon though. I give the salon like 6 weeks notice.
Yeah.
Like,
No, I agree.
yeah. So I ended up quitting on the spot. It took so much nerve. Jesus was behind me that day because like I didn't want to just like put the letter on her desk and then just like not come back. But so I just in the morning I was like, I need to talk to you at some point today. And she was like, okay. And then she called me at some point, and it was like around lunchtime, I think, because that was the one day that I was like staying like all day. And it was a Friday. And I think I remember going into the room, handing her the paper, and she was like, is this your 2 weeks? And I was like, yeah, something like that. And she read it and she goes, I saw this coming. And I just sat there and I was just like, guard on, you're not getting to me. Like, you're not getting to me.
Yeah.
You're just not. And I think that's when I really gained some like freaking,
Yeah.
the word I want to use.
Yeah.
But like, that is the moment that like I was like, I'm never gonna let anyone get to me that much ever again, because what's the point? Literally, what's the point? And so she was like, you're not even giving 2 weeks. And I was like, no. And I was like, I can't eat, I can't sleep. Like, I've been physically sick all week. Like, I can't. Like, 2 more weeks and I can't do it. Like,
Yeah.
literally, I cannot do it. And I was like, for my mental health, like, I cannot do it. She was like, well, just so you know, if you don't fulfill the 2 weeks, then you'll never be welcome back here. Because a lot of teachers that left there came back because they couldn't find anywhere, like, whatever. And I said, okay. Like,
Didn't plan on it.
yeah, I was like, okay.
Yeah.
And like, I just like knew like God had so much more for me that I was just like, okay, cool. Like,
Yeah.
whatever. Left that day, never looked back. I walked out the door, and I do remember the assistant director. At one point during that day, after I had talked to the director, I walked back past like the front doors that were all glass, and I like looked out to the front desk, and the assistant director had walked out there, and the director was sitting, and I could tell that the director had just told the assistant director. And the assistant director, I will never forget her face. She was like, and I just walked past. I just remember going like relief.
Yeah.
Like, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
And of course, then I went and said goodbye to my kids, and I bawled the rest of the day because that's really hard.
Yeah.
I remember sitting by my little boys like, teachers lie. We do have favorites. We do.
Oh yeah.
We do, for sure. I'm sure your mom can say that too.
Yeah.
And like, I remember it was nap time, and I just sat by his bed and I just bawled.
Oh.
And he like held my hand, and I was like, you have like, he was 2, so I was like, you have no clue what's happening. But like,
No.
it's like one of those things where like kids make such more of an impact on teachers than they think. Like, they really do.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, but after that, it was literally that Sunday. I quit Friday, and I was like, don't know what I'm doing, but here I am. I was like, I'm gonna take some time off, and my mom already like agreed. I talked to her. I was like, I need at least 2 weeks to like get over what the heck that trauma was, because the daycare literally was trauma.
Yeah.
Like, literally trauma. And she was like, okay, that's fine. Like, whatever. That Sunday, my hairdresser texted me and was like, hey, and I had an appointment the next Wednesday. And she was like, hey, can you stay after Wednesday to talk? And in my head, I'm like, she's offering me a job. Because we had kind of talked about it. But I was supposed to work for my cousin. But like, they both, because they knew each other, they both agreed that like, if my hairdresser could give me more hours, then like, they can have me.
Yeah.
And it just worked out. It literally just 2 days later, I quit. It's like, sometimes you do have to close the door.
Yeah.
Sometimes God won't close the door.
Yeah.
You sometimes have to close the door for God to open up other doors.
Yep.
And like, it was just seamless. And I didn't start working there for another 2 weeks, so I still had my 2 weeks to like take a deep breath,
Mm-hmm.
whatever. And
Yeah.
yeah. So like that's just like how God can like move when you move.
Yeah. Yeah. The one thing that I think of is when I was in North Carolina, it got to a point, it was probably like 6 months in of living there, and I was like really missing home. And
Mm-hmm.
I just felt like I wasn't fulfilling like whatever I was looking
Yeah.
for why I moved there. Like it was just, I don't know, I was just in this like standstill, and I just kept thinking like I think it'd be better if I went home.
Mm-hmm.
But I was kind of like back and forth with it. I didn't really want to, but at the same time I did.
Yeah.
I don't know, I was very confused on what I wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then basically the girl that I was living with kind of so we shared an apartment, but she was like she lived with her boyfriend majority
Mm-hmm.
of the time. Um she basically said she was like moving out and like didn't want to pay her half of the rent. It huge huge story. She's still, I love her. She's still my friend, but I couldn't afford the whole rent. It was
Yeah.
very expensive, and at that time I was just serving, so I
Mm-hmm.
wasn't making a lot of money. So it was just kind of like okay, well, there's my sign. Time to just go
Yeah.
home. So my best friend that I had lived with before I moved to North Carolina, her and I had been talking about moving somewhere together out of Berkeley Springs, but not as far.
Mm-hmm.
So when I moved back from North Carolina, I moved in with her again, and my brother had mentioned he was living in Morgantown, and they wanted to move out of their apartment before their lease ended.
Mm-hmm.
So I moved back. It was like mid May, something like that. And they needed someone to take over their lease July 1st.
Mm.
So we were like, that's the perfect opportunity. Like,
Yeah.
it's only an hour and 45 minutes away. Like, let's do it. So that part, it just really worked out. And we, the apartment we were living in Berkeley was month to month. So
Mm-hmm.
we didn't want to pay June and have to stay all through June, or like pay June and not stay
Yeah.
all the way through June, because we were planning to move like the week before the last week of June.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so we're like, well, what do we do? Where do we go? Where do we put all of our stuff for a month?
Yeah.
And her parents were nice enough to let us stay there for a month.
That's cool.
Yeah. So then we moved to Morgantown, and again, that was kind of like a situation where we didn't really know like what we were doing, but we didn't like, it wasn't a like let's just stay here for a year and then move back. Like it was like a, this is where we're living and
Yeah.
maybe we'll live here forever. But like at the same time, we didn't really know what we were doing. We were just kind of going with the flow. Um, and the lease there was a year. So then when the year was coming up, things kind of just were a mess. We were living, it was me and her boyfriend. Her and her boyfriend had broken up.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and we both kind of just were like missing home again.
Yeah.
So it just worked out where we all were like, yeah, let's just move back.
Yeah.
And again, it was like probably a month before like the lease ended, and I was just like, yeah, like I just miss home. Like I miss family. Like I don't think I'm meant to be here forever.
Yeah.
So it worked out in that sense that they were also ready to go home. Like we
Yeah.
were all on the same page, and it wasn't a fight. Like it was just like, yep, we're moving.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Um but yeah, like I just feel like God definitely opened so many doors. Like I don't think I would have, the North Carolina situation, I don't think I would have made the push to just go back home
Yeah.
if it wasn't for her
Mm-hmm.
moving out and me having to take over the whole place. Like I probably would have just kept on trucking along and feeling like it would get better, and I was meant to be there.
Yeah. And like when something's not meant to be, like God tells you.
Yeah,
Like you
exactly.
you know.
Yeah.
And I feel like so many times people just ignore that feeling. They're like, "Oh, like it's fine, like whatever, this is where I'm at, like that's okay." Like, no, like it's not okay.
Yeah.
Reality of it is like, no, it's not okay.
Yeah.
And I feel like some people just like, and some people they want to change, but like they just can't,
Yeah.
or like they don't allow themselves to. They just keep telling themselves like, oh, like nothing's opening up, like nothing's working out, like nothing's like whatever. But it's like, okay, sometimes and a lot of times you have to do your part for God to do his part.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's a big thing too, is people just, I feel like not, we're supposed to rely on God, but it's a relationship.
Yeah.
You're supposed to have a relationship with God.
Yeah.
So there is two sides of it.
Yeah. He's not gonna just make everything perfect in your life if you're not putting
Yes.
in your part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like sometimes too, like I forget that like we need to ask God for stuff. Like he, like yes, he can read our mind, but like he also is like a personal God where he like he's not just gonna overstep. Like I've heard this before. Like God's a gentleman. Like he's
Yeah.
not gonna overstep. Like he needs permission to do it.
Yeah. He wants to. My mom is really like engraved this into me. Like he wants us to be super honest and open
Yeah.
and like ask him directly,
Yeah.
for things that we want, or like just be very open
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah, I feel like sometimes
firm.
I struggle with that of like I'm like, God, like why isn't this happening? Like I know you'll do it, but like why isn't it happening? But then I'm like, but did I ask him to do it?
Yeah.
Like did I have a conversation with him about it?
Right. Yeah, I do the
Like,
same thing.
yeah.
Another thing for me, which makes more sense, like because it has to do with my career,
Mm-hmm.
is I knew I wanted to own my own business, but I just like genuinely did like I would have just felt lost. Like even if I
Yeah.
would look up like where do I start? Like how do I do this? Like I just felt lost. Like I don't
Mm-hmm.
know how to make the step. And then throughout when I was nannying, I was like I just don't feel like this is for me. Like
Yeah.
that was my third family I nannied for, and I was at a point where I was like I don't think this is for me.
Yeah.
So, but I was like I don't know what I want to do. I don't know where to go from here. Like, and so then I started like, okay, what I went to school for this and I love doing it. I don't want to work for someone. So let's just figure this out
Yeah.
and start your own business. Like I just kind of told myself like, okay, this isn't working. This can work. You just got to figure out how to do it
Yeah.
and how to get there. And then I was still kind of like, but when? Like when do I how
Yeah.
when like what's the timeline? What's the time frame? And then obviously I'm not going to like go into it, but had to abruptly leave that position. So it was just like very open, like
Yeah.
now's the time. I genuinely feel like I heard God say that like so many times.
I'm thinking about it now, and like that is crazy how that happened
Yeah.
to where we are now.
Yeah.
I didn't even process that until literally right now.
Yeah.
Holy.
Yeah. And it was like that.
Yeah, within a week.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I know. Yeah. So I was yeah, like I felt like I heard God say like now's the time. Now's the time. Now's the time. I just kept
I
hearing
just got
that.
chill bumps.
I know. And I'm just like it's got to be
Yeah.
cuz I'm out of a job and I mean, I've been praying about this, so
Mm-hmm.
here's my answer.
Yeah. I feel like for me, like squirrel moment. What were we even talking about? Um, I feel like for me in that area, it was like a long. I was always like in high school, like never like I didn't really care about school. I didn't really know what my future was gonna hold, but I
Yeah.
knew God had control of it, so I wasn't really worried about it. I was just a high schooler going through high school, like
Yeah.
trying to get through it, like whatever. And High school is like the weirdest time in life. Like I remember like a day after Aiden passed away, I saw this TikTok from Stephen Furtick, and he was like, high schoolers don't understand like how hard high school is. Like those are truly probably your toughest times in life. Just
Yeah.
trying to figure out who you are, like where you fit in, mean kids, like
And the pressure
whatever.
of what are you doing after this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so my grandfather always was very heavy, like go to college, college. But like I could not wrap my head around going to college to study something that like I wasn't gonna use. I couldn't wrap my head
Yeah.
around that, honestly.
Yeah.
Cause like my mom was like, well, go to for business or something. And like my mom told my sister, like, go for business. And she was like, but why? Like, what is that gonna do?
Yeah.
Like, I just couldn't wrap my head around spending all that, basically wasting money, to be honest. So I waited. I didn't go to college. But my mom had a friend that was like very spiritual and like had like a ministry. And she told my mom never told me this until like I went to massage school. But apparently when I was in high school, this girl told my mom, like, one of your kids is really gonna like flourish and like own their own business and really just be successful. My mom was like, oh, Savannah. That's Savannah, my sister. And the lady looked at her and was like, I
Yeah.
don't know about that. And then when I went to massage school, my mom finally told me that. And I was like, well, makes sense now. But if she would have told me that back then, I would have laughed in her face, being like, that's definitely Savannah. Like, I don't know
Yeah.
what you're talking about. That's
Yeah.
definitely Savannah. It's like, I always wanted to own my own business. And I'm not there yet. I mean, I kind of am. How you look at it, I do
Yeah.
my own schedule. I mean, I feel like I'm on, not necessarily on my own, but like, I have a lot of responsibilities
Yeah.
because we do it a little different than a usual so like spa does.
Yeah.
But I mean, my dream one day is to have like my own place.
Yeah.
So, and I feel a lot of people, my client last night actually told me, she was like, take the risk. She was like, I had opportunity when I was young and I didn't take it. And she was like, I was scared because I was scared I couldn't pay my bills. I was like, I just had so much anxiety around it. And I just kept telling myself, like, there's no way I can do it. I can't do it. And she was like, that is like the biggest mistake is not taking that risk.
Yeah.
And like, I've been seeing that so much recently. And I'm like, okay, Jesus, like, I know the time's coming. Like, I know it's coming one day. I just don't know, like, when or where. But
yeah. I mean, it's definitely normal to have the like I wasn't just like God wasn't like now's the time, and I was just like
let's
everything's
do it.
perfect, and you know what I mean. Like there's still to this day like just things that like it is not perfect,
Yeah.
and there's struggles, but it's very rewarding, and just like to do it all on your own. It's just there's just like there's something that comes with it that
Yeah.
I don't know. It's
Yeah.
rewarding.
And I feel like some days we leave. I'm sure there's days you leave your place of work and you're like, I'm so tired. Like that was so like not draining, but like you're just so tired.
Yeah.
And then there's other days that you're like just feel energized.
Yeah.
And you're just like feel like rewarded.
Yeah.
Honestly, like there's bad days and good days with both of our industries. And like yesterday I left totally just like, you know what? God's got this. Like taking a leap of faith, like, just taking a risk. And I've said through this whole thing, like this whole I can't even think of the word I want to use right now. Experience has been like trial and error, but like in the best way possible.
Yeah.
And one day we're gonna get there.
Yeah, I think it's important to know that like it's not perfect. It's never going to be perfect, and there's things like just because I have my own business doesn't mean that everything's going to go perfect. Like there's still things, yes, it's established, but there's still things within it that are trial and error and not I mean, I'm still building a clientele. Like
Same.
I have, like, I'm not even gonna lie, I have like 3 regular clients.
Yeah.
That's it. One of them is you. So it's not perfect. Like,
Yeah.
it is still very rewarding, but
And you've only been doing it since
yeah, and that's the thing.
November? December.
October.
Oh, October.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I guess it was. I keep thinking it was later than that.
Yeah. I
I
left
mean, yeah.
there September, started October.
Yeah.
So yeah, I tell myself that all the time. Like, it's literally not even been a year. Like, it's fine.
Yeah. I tell people, like, I'm happy where I'm at right now. Like, I feel like just, I started last July.
Mm-hmm.
So, not even a year yet. And
Yeah.
I, I probably have a good 7 constant clients.
Yeah.
Maybe more. But that's a whole other thing we can get into one day. Like, there's just so many factors that come into it. Where you're at, what, like, age gap your clientele is.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just so many things matter.
Yeah.
And I'll talk on more of that in a later episode.
Yeah.
But
I think it's important, like, to be able to decipher if it's like, if it's me saying, like, I want this and this is what I'm gonna do, or if it's God saying, like, this is.
Yeah,
And I mean, I still struggle with that, and I think a lot of people do. Like,
I do
is this
too.
my voice or is this God's voice?
Yeah.
I don't really have like an answer, because I think
Yeah.
everyone's different in the way that they hear it.
Mm-hmm.
But if you do know it's God, like, it's so important to obey that.
Yeah.
Because if I wouldn't have listened and started my business, I don't know what I'd be doing right now.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I'd be doing something, but nothing that would be rewarding and fulfilling me.
Yeah. I think sometimes I look back because when I finished massage school, from the time that, like, I started full time massage, it was like a 10-month gap I took.
Mm-hmm.
And I look back at that time, I wasn't in a very good relationship. That held me back.
Yeah.
So, and it's not like I regret that time, because you have to go through suffering to get somewhere.
Yeah.
Like, suffering, like, this might sound weird, but, like, when I'm suffering or when I'm going through something, I'm like, okay, there's gotta be greener grass somewhere.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
God never said it was gonna be easy.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, thinking back to that time, like, I don't regret it at all. But as humans, I'm like, I wonder what could have changed, or like what would have been different if I didn't take that gap. I mean, yeah, I had to wait for my license and all that stuff to come in and all that. But, and maybe if I didn't kind of get that little holdback, like, I probably wouldn't have been in my goddaughter's life that much, because I did have the freedom of my schedule to be with DeLacy and Addie literally almost every day of my life.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, like, I just thought about that. Like, there's probably pros and cons to it.
Oh, yeah.
But, like, I don't regret it.
Yeah, that's how I feel too, looking back, because I took a big gap. It was like 2 years where I didn't do any aesthetic work at all. But through that, like, I had other jobs that, I learned things at, and other jobs that I don't know, not regret, but yeah, like, bad things that happened and good things that happened, and basically lessons learned. And if I wouldn't have taken that gap, then I might not have went through those things to learn the lesson.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like everything usually goes the way it should.
Yeah, and, like, I feel like I've really recently just been understanding, like, when people say, like, God turns everything for the good.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, I never really understood that. I just thought that, like, you follow God's plan, and if you don't, then a bad thing will happen to you, and then you just move on your merry way.
Yeah.
But, like, no, like, you can still, like, maybe not make you can make a poor decision. Yeah, you might get some consequences from it, and it wouldn't have been the best option, but God's still going to turn it around for the good.
Yeah.
So even if you do take the risk and it doesn't work out, God will turn it for the good.
Yeah, I agree.
And like, even if maybe God is literally telling you to do something to learn a lesson.
Yeah.
There's that too.
Yeah.
So like,
I think that's what it was for me when I moved away to North Carolina. Like, looking back, I definitely learned a lot of things, but I can't say a lot of positive things about the situation.
yeah.
But I truly felt God was telling me to do it.
Yeah.
I don't think he wanted to put me in some of the situations I was in, but
Mm-hmm.
like, I truly do believe
Yeah.
he put me in that spot to learn a lot of lessons. A lot of
Yeah.
lessons.
That's how I kind of feel about school. Going down and living in the city, like in the person I stayed with, like it was fun. I kind of hated it. Just I didn't really like. I can't say I didn't like school. School was like the schoolwork and learning was fun, which like I never thought I'd say that, but like that part was fun. But just like the people weren't my people. I didn't really make any
Yeah.
friends. Like I had friends while I was there, and I still talk to one girl like occasionally. Like she's probably the only one I still talk to.
Yeah.
But like it was fun, but when I look back at it, I'm like, I want to never do that ever again.
Yeah.
Like by the end of it, I was like, I just want to go home.
Yeah.
And like that was just like it was truly just like put your head down and get through it. Like that's just what I kept telling myself. And I mean, and again, there were some good times through it. Yeah, there were some days that were like fun, but and I loved my teacher. She was so funny. But and like I made the most out of it. I went on
Yeah.
spring break when I could. I went on trips when I could. Like I skipped like a couple of days of school to go to Nashville with Carly and Jenna. Like it was fun. I couldn't even tell you what I did that summer. I think I blocked it out. But yeah, I just think God sometimes is just like you have to go through hard things to get the right outcome. And you
Yeah.
have to do hard things sometimes,
Yeah.
even if you don't want to.
And I think he's very intentional. So,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, like I didn't I get what you're saying, because like I didn't love school, but
Yeah.
at the same time it was fun. There was like a
Yeah.
fun aspect. I don't know. And I didn't have any friends either. Like Taylor and I, we talked a little bit in school, but
Mm-hmm.
like we weren't friends. Like
Yeah.
I didn't make any friends in school. And then, I go to get waxed by the one girl. But we also didn't talk at school. Like it and I think part of that was probably me, because I just was very like
Quiet.
quiet and didn't put myself out there to make friends.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's I don't
Yeah.
know. It's such a weird environment. I
It
don't know if
is.
yours was like the same as
Because
mine,
it's
but
so many different personalities coming together for the same thing
yeah.
that it's like I had this group of friends and I hung out with them a couple times when I was in school. And it was like by the end of it, I was just like, city people are not my people. They're
Mm,
not. They're
yeah.
weird. They're like the girl I still talk to, she is not a city person. And I'm like, that is why. Like,
Yeah.
I'm convinced that's what. Nothing against city people, but like,
No, it just wasn't for you.
it's
Like,
just not for
yeah.
me. Like, it's just I don't know. It just wasn't for me.
Yeah.
I went to a school in a city that was not for me. And so I just had to put my head down and get through it. And so now, and like you couldn't do what you wanted to do. So like now that we're out on our own and it's like it's so different. And like it's just so different. And I remember my Aunt Lee telling me, because my cousin that's a cosmetologist, she I was talking to my Aunt Lee about it the one day and she was like, your cousin wanted to quit. Like she literally wanted to quit and I did not let her because I was like, just get through school. Like
Mm-hmm.
everyone says that is the worst part. So like if you're in school, just put your head down and get through it.
Yeah.
Figure it out when you're done with it.
Yeah. Yeah, and for me it was weird, the like age gap.
Yeah.
Like there were people, like there was probably I know of at least one, but I'm pretty sure there was more, like in their 50s.
Mm-hmm.
And I was 19, 18. I
Yeah.
was 18. Like, it's just like weird. I mean, I guess that can happen, like at jobs and stuff too, but
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just
It
weird.
is. It is weird. In school, not in our class, I think probably the oldest person was like early 40s. We
Yeah.
didn't Our class was like the teachers would always joke that our class is like the young class because like we truly did not have much of an age gap. Like we did, but like the other class there was like a 21-year-old and then there I think the oldest was like 70 something.
Mm,
And like he was older.
that's crazy.
So like there was like big age gaps, but ours was mostly just like the one girl I still talk to, she was 17 and like you have to be 18. She was 18 by the time we graduated. So
Mm,
like they let her do that. But like for majority of our schooling, like she was 17. And then but she was very mature for her age.
yeah.
And then it was like to like early 40s.
Mm,
So it was like and for the most part we all got along.
yeah.
For the most part.
I think it was hard for us or for me to make friends too because ours was I know there's a word for it, but you could enrollment like you could start every single Tuesday. Like someone could start, there could be
Oh.
someone new every
What?
single all year long. Yeah. And you would just jump in wherever the class was. But then by the time you graduate, you would have gone through like everything.
That makes no
I got really
sense.
lucky when I started, they were on chapter 1.
Okay.
So I wasn't confused. Like I was started on chapter 1 and when I finished, I was
That
done,
seems
but
a little like
it's weird.
weird.
It
Yeah.
is weird.
Yeah, we had like the same people start to finish. But I mean like obviously there's some people that dropped out. I forgot about this until like it was at the end of school we were thinking about everyone that had like dropped out and it wasn't many, it was like one or two. But there this one kid was like, do you remember that one girl like the first day and then she like never returned and we all had forgotten about her. We were like, what? Like what are you talking about?
Yeah.
And then like there was a guy that dropped out in like the third course or something like that. And he ended up going to a class behind us, but then he eventually just like dropped out.
Yeah, that's funny.
But
Sorry.
no, you're good. Go ahead.
There was a girl that started the same day as me, which
Mm-hmm.
was like odd for people to start on the same day
Yeah,
because you can start every week.
that is so weird.
And she was one of the ones that were older. And she was, I think, like late 40s,
Mm-hmm.
but she was there for like 2 weeks, maybe longer, but like it was not longer than a month.
Mm-hmm.
And then she just stopped showing up. And we were all like, where is she? And I still remember her name, but it, I think I think our teacher said she had something like going on in her family.
mm.
But then like no one just knew and like I remember like even Taylor and I think it was Taylor. We were like, "Remember that girl? Like she was there for like a month and then she
Yeah,
and then she left."
I felt so bad because so what ended up happening was, I mean, I guess this is public knowledge. So I guess I can say it. I don't know. But what happened was our director was like embezzling money or something like that. And so we were the last graduating class. It literally shut down.
No
And
way.
yeah. And like I remember us all like thinking like I guess I can say this, but like we found out that like the financial person was like also in on it, but like she was still there. Like they changed directors to finish us out, but like the other and I didn't really care. She kind of creeped. Like I did not like her. Everyone would always walk around school with nail polish on. I'm the one that got yelled at.
For having nail polish on?
Yeah, we couldn't have nail polish or our nails done, or like little, like they had to be trimmed back. And because technically, massage therapists like you're not supposed to have like anything on your nails.
I feel like we weren't either. We weren't
Yeah,
allowed. I don't remember.
yeah, but I'm the one that got yelled at out of everyone, and I was like, I don't like this chick. But with all that happening, it's definitely interesting.
Yeah.
With all that happening, it was like different people in and out. But I felt, oh, I remember where I was going with that. I kind of forgot for a second. But I felt bad because there was a class that had already started behind, there was two classes actually that started behind us already before they decided to shut down the school. And it was already like April or May, I think, when we found out about it. They all just brought us into the room and was like, told us. And they told us that like a new director was coming in to finish us out, and then they were like, we were staying and the class behind us was staying. The class in front of us was just about to graduate. Well, then there was a girl, I think in the class behind us, or maybe I think it was in the class behind us. So they told the class that just started, like, I'm sorry, but like, I don't know if they got their money back. I'm assuming they did. I don't know, but they
Yeah.
just was like, they were like, you can't, like, we can't. And then eventually it came like July, I think, or August. We were going to be done in September. It came like July or August, and they told the class behind us, like, your class is cutting it too close to the end date of when we need to be out of the building, and like, we just can't. So I don't really know what happened with that either, but like, that teacher was mad, obviously, because
Yeah.
they had already been like taking the course for a couple months.
Ooh.
And massage schools are hard to find out there these days.
Yeah.
Like, they're really hard to find. Hence why I had to go 2 hours away.
Yeah.
And it was just like there were so many like whispers going around of like what was actually happening. The teacher like told her class finally what was happening, but then like kids from our class were friends with those kids. So like we found out all about it.
Yeah.
And like if we would talk about it with our teacher, she would just be like, can't I'm not saying, like, I'm not denying or like
Yeah.
anything, but like I can't say. But it was just like very weird. And then it was very weird because the director that did it like came to our graduation, and it was just very awkward because we're like, we all know what you did. Like, you're the
Yeah.
reason that, like, it was very weird, very awkward, very,
Mm.
very wild.
Yeah.
I didn't even get to the point of what I was saying. Oh my gosh, Maddie, get your head on straight. But this girl behind us in the class, she apparently had started the courses like 3 or 4 times and had to drop out every time because something financial happened, family happened. Then she like got in a car accident or something like that, and like had a scooter, and then they literally closed the school. And our teacher felt, because our teacher loved her, she was like, I feel so, like, we all felt so bad
Mm-hmm.
because like our teacher was like, she never gave up. She literally never gave up. She was coming back finally to try to do it again, and like she still just like couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Like, that's just, it's awful.
Yeah. Our school was very like, I'd say it was pretty laid back.
Yeah.
So we had one class of cosmetology,
Mm-hmm.
one nail techs, and then one estheticians. And like I remember a girl that I like kind of grew up with who's from Berkeley Springs. She was a grade above me. She started the cosmetology course like after I was already there, but
Mm-hmm.
she like I was able to just literally go out and like she would just do my hair like all the time, like in the middle of class. Like she would just do my hair like to practice on me.
Yeah.
Like they didn't really care. My teacher was cool. Um I don't know what I was gonna say.
My teacher was very, like, I love my teacher. She was so funny. She was strict, but like at the same time, she was like, she was one of those
Ours was
teachers.
too.
She was one of those teachers that like was strict, but at the same time, like, if you got to that side of her, you were best friends with her.
Yeah,
And like
that's
me and,
exactly how ours was.
yeah. And like our whole school, financial person, she can go out the window. She was not fun at all. She was like, she was a financial person. Why are you telling me what to do? Like,
Yeah.
if it's financial wise, yeah, sure. Like, if I'm late on payment or something, which never happened, like, come talk to me.
Yeah.
But like, why are you telling me no nail polish when like you're not my teacher? Like, I just like I have a bone to pick with her still. Like, I just like could not stand her.
Yeah.
And like she would walk in our class randomly, and she would always be like, and all of us would just look at her and be like, go away, please. But everyone else was really cool. So our teacher's daughter was the girl at the front desk. And like she was so cool too.
Yeah.
Like, they were strict. And once they found out the school was closing, they let us literally walk around like our whole, like, it wasn't big. It was literally just like one like suite in like a business building.
Mm-hmm.
And they literally let us like walk around the classrooms and take whatever posters we want. I got a big like full body poster of the muscles.
Really? That's
Yeah,
cool.
I want to put it up one day.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, we took, and I think I took another poster, but I don't remember what it is. It's like rolled up somewhere upstairs. But yeah, that all like feels like a lifetime ago. Like it'll be 2 years this year, this fall, that I graduated.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because I feel like the life I was living back then is like, that's scary. Jump scare.
Yeah. It's been, jeez, March was 4 years since I graduated beauty school.
That's crazy. Yeah, because you graduated a year before me from high school.
Yeah.
So I would have been graduating.
I was, yeah, because I started pretty quickly. Like I graduated high school in May of 21, and then I started beauty school in September of 21.
Yeah, because I graduated high school in 22.
Yeah.
So take the risk, people.
Yeah, take the risk.
Go for it.
You hear it's time to move?
Move. And even if you're scared of something, just like, I mean, talk it out with people, with trusted people. I feel like that's what has always helped me.
Yeah.
Like getting feedback that I know I'm making the right decision.
Yeah. Yeah, and I definitely don't think that if you're anxious about it, I don't think that means don't do it.
Yeah.
But I have found personally that if I feel like God's telling me to do something, most of the time I'm not anxious about it.
Yes.
And I feel like that's a sign for me where I'm like, okay, this isn't me. Because if this was me, I'd be nervous to do that.
Yeah.
But if it's from God, I'm usually not all the time, but usually I'm like, okay, like I'm not even nervous about this, so it's got to be from God.
That's like that's so real though, cuz like this is like so random. But not really. But I feel that because I feel like when God's telling me to do something, I don't have a lot of, it's a different type of anxiety. It's more of like when God's telling me to do something, it's more of like, okay, well, I'm scared, but like let's do this, and like I have like some like motivation to do it,
or like
I'm
excitement.
Like, yeah. But if God's like totally shutting me down, like I have like intense like in my soul stomach like just fear, and I'm like, it just, and I feel like it took me a while to decipher those two types of like, should I stay, should I go, like what do? I don't know. So
I actually had like an example of that happen this week. So a couple weeks ago I applied for a cheer coach position.
Mm-hmm.
It was a head coach at a middle school in Martinsburg, and I was like, I've coached before, but I have been really thinking about wanting to do it like for a school.
Mm-hmm.
And so I applied. It's actually the school that my mom works at. And then Monday, the person texted me to like set up an interview for this week.
Mm-hmm.
And I just instantly felt like so anxious and so nervous. And I was like I had no excitement for it at all.
Yeah.
So I was like, So I texted my mom about it.
That's weird.
Yeah. I texted my mom about it, and she was like, maybe a head coach position would be too much stress right now. So why don't you look for an assistant position? And I was like, you know what? That's a great idea.
Yeah.
Like, that's a great idea because, I mean, a head coach my brother's a head coach of the baseball team, and I see how much stress he goes through, and I'm like, yeah, actually, I don't think I want to do that. So, yeah, I just had that feeling where, like, she reached out for the interview, and I had no, like, yay. Even though I applied for the job, it just hit me. I was like,
yeah,
that makes me really nervous, and I don't think I want to do it.
I don't remember what I was doing. It was either yesterday or the day before that, but I just got this sense of like excitement, and I just like, I don't know what's about to happen, but like I just was sitting somewhere and I was just thinking and like praying, and all of a sudden God was just like, things are gonna change soon. Like things are about to blow up, and I'm like, what does that mean?
Blow up.
Like blow up, but like, what does that mean, God? Like, what does that mean? I just feel like something's about to change so drastically, and it's like a good thing.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I don't know what I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
And sometimes you don't. And like my mentor Faye always tells me, because sometimes when I'm doing cranial sacral, I'm like, okay, but why is it doing that? And she's like, but why do you need to know? She's like, if the body's releasing something, sometimes you don't need to know what it is.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's true.
Yeah.
Sometimes we don't need to know until. And I've always said that too, like, you know, like when you get snippets of something and you don't pay attention to it, and then at the right time it clicks with you.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
oh, that's why. Yeah.
I remember thinking that before, but it didn't stick with me.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching.
We'll see you next week on Behind the Treatment Table.
Make sure you like and comment on this video, and make sure you subscribe to our channel, and also our social medias are in the bio. Make sure to follow them too. See ya. That was so awkward at the end.
See ya.
Soften up the mess, drop it in the water, let the daughter find her image with the rest. She'll be learning how to breathe, spinning through identity, reveal another